Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're getting into something you probably see, well, everywhere. Social media, magazines, this whole idea of
Oh
detox.
yeah, it's huge. Juice cleanses, special teas,
Mm,
all promising to, flush out toxins and reset your body.
exactly. And that promise of a quick fix, it's really appealing, isn't it? Especially when we hear so much about pollutants and unhealthy lifestyles.
It is, absolutely. People want a simple solution. Makes
Yeah.
sense.
So that's our mission for this deep dive. Let's cut through the marketing noise and figure out what the science actually says about how our bodies handle detoxification.
Good plan.
We've pulled together some really interesting sources. We're looking at info on weight management and body composition, what our bodies are actually made of.
Okay.
Plus, a video that tackles some common detox myths head on, and then some solid info from a nutrition academy and a government health institute explaining our natural detox system.
That's a great mix. You give us a really clear picture.
Yeah, the goal is to understand how the body naturally cleans itself out. Think liver, kidneys, and maybe bust some myths about those detox diets.
And importantly, talk about what actually works, based on evidence, to support those natural processes.
Right. So maybe you've tried a detox, maybe you're just curious, stick around. Let's start with the body's own detox powerhouses. The liver and kidneys. What's the deal with these organs?
Well, they're absolutely fundamental. You can think of the liver as this incredibly um, sophisticated processing plant.
Okay, processing plant.
Yeah, it's constantly working, breaking down all sorts of substances, including things we call toxins, and changing them into forms that the body can actually get rid of safely, less harmful stuff.
So it's actively transforming things, not just filtering like a sieve.
Precisely. Then you've got the kidneys. These are more like super efficient filters.
Ah, okay.
Their main job in this context is pulling waste products and extra fluid out of your blood. And that waste then becomes urine.
So between the two of them, it's like a nonstop internal cleanup crew, working 24/7.
That's a perfect way to put it. They're always on the job. Which kind of hints that maybe they don't need a special week-long juice fast to do what they already do.
Right. That seems to be a key point here.
It really is.
Yeah.
Detoxification isn't some event you trigger with a kit. It's a constant, ongoing biological process that uses the nutrients you get from, well, just eating normally.
Okay, that makes sense. But this word toxins, it gets thrown around so much. What are we actually talking about? It sounds a bit vague and scary.
It can, yeah. Basically, toxins are just substances that could be harmful if they build up too much, so the body needs to process and eliminate them.
Okay.
And they come from two main places. Some are actually made inside our bodies during normal metabolism.
Yeah.
Things like lactic acid after exercise, urea, waste from gut bacteria.
Stuff our body makes itself.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then they're the ones from outside the environment, our food, lifestyle choices.
Mhm.
Think pesticides on food, maybe mercury in some fish, lead,
Yeah.
chemicals from things like tobacco smoke or alcohol, even the breakdown products when our body processes medications.
Wow. Okay, so it's a pretty broad range of things our body is constantly managing, and the goal is always to get rid of them.
Exactly. They need to be transformed mostly by the liver and then excreted, kicked out.
How does that happen? Where do they go?
The main routes out are through urine, thanks to the kidneys filtering the blood, and through feces via the digestive tract.
Okay.
We also get rid of some minor amounts through breathing, like carbon dioxide, and even a tiny bit through sweat. But that's usually not a major pathway for most of these substances.
Interesting. So it's a team effort across different body systems. Now, you often hear people say things like, oh, I'm really sensitive to chemicals, or my detox pathways are sluggish. Does our ability to do this vary?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
How well your specific body handles this process can vary quite a bit. It depends on loads of things: your environment, your diet, lifestyle factors like stress or sleep, your overall health status, and yes, your genetics definitely play a role too.
Okay, so it's individual.
Very much so.
And what about that idea? I've heard people say that if you take in too many toxins, more than your body can handle, they get stored away somewhere, like in fat cells. Is that a real thing?
Well, there's a theory, or perhaps a concern, that if your exposure rate, the amount of stuff coming in, exceeds your body's capacity to process and excrete it,
Uh-huh.
then some of these substances might get stored in tissues. Fat tissue is often mentioned, but also potentially soft tissues or even bone. The worry is that this buildup could, impact health over the long term.
Right. And that worry is probably what drives a lot of the interest in detox products.
Exactly. It feeds into that narrative.
Yeah.
But it's important to say the extent to which this actually happens in generally healthy people with functioning organs is still an area of ongoing scientific investigation. There isn't strong evidence for massive toxin buildup being a widespread issue for most healthy adults.
Okay. That actually links nicely to some of the other material we looked at, particularly around body composition. How does understanding what our body is made of connect here?
It's a really relevant connection. Body composition is basically looking at what makes up your total weight. It's usually broken down into two main components: fat mass, or FM, and fat-free mass, FFM.
Right. So fat and then everything else.
Pretty much. Fat-free mass is all the non-fat stuff. Bones, water, muscles, teeth, connective tissues, and importantly for our chat, your organs, including that liver and those kidneys we just talked about.
Ah, okay. So the detox organs are part of the fat-free mass.
Exactly. And one of the sources highlights that having more muscle mass, which is a big part of FFM, has real health benefits.
Like what?
Well, things like a reduced risk of type 2 diabetes. More muscle can also mean your body stores less fat. Plus, muscle is crucial for supporting joints, helping with balance, which means a lower risk of falls and fractures, especially important as we get older.
Makes sense. Stronger foundation, healthier body. What about the fat mass part? Is all fat the enemy?
Not at all. We need fat. Fat mass breaks down further into essential fat and non-essential fat.
Essential fat.
Yeah, it's vital stuff. It's part of our cell walls, crucial for the nervous system, involved in hormones, reproduction, growth, even helps transport some vitamins. We literally can't live without it.
Okay, so we definitely need some fat. What about the non-essential kind? That sounds like the stuff people usually mean when they talk about body fat.
That's generally right, yeah.
Yeah.
Non-essential fat is the majority of our body fat, and it also has roles protecting organs like the heart and kidneys by cushioning them.
Ah, like padding.
Exactly. It insulates us, provides a big energy reserve, and contributes to body shape. This non-essential fat includes the fat just under the skin, subcutaneous fat, and the fat deeper inside around the organs called visceral fat.
Okay, so understanding this helps us see that the liver and kidneys are part of that vital fat-free mass, and keeping a healthy overall body composition supports them.
Precisely. A healthy body composition with adequate muscle and not excessive non-essential fat generally supports better organ function overall.
Got it. Okay, this is a good point to pivot then. We understand the basics of the body's system. Now let's tackle some of those popular detox trends and myths head on.
Right, this is where we get into the things you actually see advertised. The video source was good on this. Let's start with juice cleanses. They look so healthy, all those colorful bottles.
Yeah, promising a total system flush, right?
Exactly. And look, juices can contain vitamins and minerals, that's true, but the science just doesn't back up the idea that they give you any extra detoxification boost beyond what your liver and kidneys are already capably doing. Plus, as the video points out, these cleanses are often really low in protein and fiber. And fiber, ironically, is actually important for helping your body get rid of waste naturally through the digestive system.
Ah, so you might be missing out on things your body actually needs for elimination. What about detox teas? They're everywhere, too.
Yeah, the tea market is huge. Many of them contain ingredients that are basically laxatives or diuretics.
Meaning they make you go to the bathroom more?
Exactly. Which can feel like you're cleansing or losing weight, but often it's just water loss. It can even lead to dehydration or mess up your electrolytes, those important salts your body needs. It's not really targeting toxins in the way people think.
Okay, so more about fluid loss than actual liver support.
Right.
And colon cleanses. The colon is part of waste removal, so does cleaning it help?
Well, yes, the colon eliminates waste. But for most healthy people, specific colon cleanses or hydrotherapy aren't necessary. Your body does that job itself. And sometimes these procedures can actually disrupt the gut's natural balance of bacteria, the microbiome.
Oh, right.
Which is really important for digestion and overall health. So it could potentially do more harm than good.
Okay, interesting. Messing with a system that's working. What about those foot pads? The ones that supposedly turn black with toxins overnight.
Ah, the foot pads. Yeah, there's really no good scientific evidence for those at all. The discoloration you see, it's almost certainly just a chemical reaction between the ingredients in the pad and your sweat.
Not toxins being sucked out of your feet.
Yeah, highly unlikely. More like basic chemistry happening on the surface.
Gotcha. And maybe the biggest underlying myth is just this general idea that toxins are constantly building up inside us, making us feel sluggish or sick.
That's the core fear they tap into. But again, for healthy individuals, the liver and kidneys are incredibly efficient. They process and eliminate waste constantly. The idea of significant toxin buildup needing an external cleanse just isn't well supported by evidence for most people.
It does seem like many of these detox plans, though, recommend cutting out things like processed foods, maybe dairy or gluten, red meat. Is there something to that part?
Well, yes, many programs do encourage reducing processed foods, sugar, alcohol, and maybe common allergens or sensitivities, and they often push eating more whole foods, fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, nuts, seeds.
Which sounds pretty much like general healthy eating advice.
Exactly. Cutting back on processed junk and eating more nutrient-dense whole foods is good for you. You'll likely feel better doing that anyway, regardless of any detox label. But it's the healthy eating pattern, not some magical detox property, that's likely providing the benefit.
And what about fasting? Some plans involve not eating for periods.
Fasting is tricky. For some people, it can be risky. And one of our sources, the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, actually cautions that fasting might even hinder some of the body's natural detoxification pathways because they require energy and nutrients. It's definitely something to be cautious about and discuss with a doctor.
Okay, so summing up the myths part, it sounds like most popular detox products or extreme diets lack strong scientific backing for their specific claims, and focusing on them might distract from what actually supports health.
It's a fair summary. They often oversimplify a complex process and might even carry risks or downsides.
All right, so if the quick fixes aren't the way to go, what can we do? What are the evidence-based ways to genuinely support our body's built-in detoxification systems?
This is the crucial part, focusing on sustainable, healthy habits. And number one is probably the simplest: hydration.
Just drinking water.
Yep. Plenty of clean drinking water is essential for your kidneys to do their job, filtering waste and flushing it out effectively.
Simple, but vital. Okay, what else?
Diet, of course. Eating a balanced diet packed with fruits and vegetables, aiming for, that classic 5 to 9 servings a day.
Why are they so important here?
They provide tons of essential vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. These are compounds that help protect your cells and support the liver's enzymatic processes, the actual chemistry of detoxification.
So eat the rainbow actually helps your liver work better. Cool.
Absolutely. And don't forget fiber from those fruits and veggies, but also whole grains, nuts, seeds, legumes.
Why fiber again?
Fiber keeps your digestive system running smoothly, promotes regular bowel movements. That's a primary way your body physically removes waste products. Keep things moving, as you said earlier.
Got it. Fiber for flow. What about protein? You mentioned enzymes earlier.
Yes, adequate lean protein is key. Your liver needs amino acids, the building blocks from protein, to actually build those specific detoxification enzymes that break down harmful substances.
Okay, so protein isn't just for building muscle, it's for building the body's cleaning tools, too.
Well put.
What about supplements? Should people be taking special detox pills or vitamins?
For most people eating a reasonably balanced diet, probably not. Specific detox supplements often lack evidence. Now, if someone has known dietary gaps, a basic multivitamin mineral might help ensure they have all the background nutrients needed for overall health, which indirectly supports detoxification, just like it supports everything else. But it's best to discuss supplements with a healthcare provider or a registered dietitian, not just grab something labeled detox.
Makes sense. And fermented foods, things like yogurt, kimchi. People talk about gut health a lot now. Does that connect?
It does seem to. Naturally fermented foods contain beneficial bacteria probiotics that can help support a healthy gut microbiome. A healthy gut environment is linked to better overall health, including potentially how well your body manages waste and inflammation. So yes, they can be a supportive part of the diet.
Okay, another piece of the puzzle. What about lifestyle stuff beyond diet? Exercise, sleep.
Hugely important. Regular physical activity gets your blood circulating well, which helps transport nutrients to your organs and waste away from them. It supports overall metabolic health.
Right.
And sleep. Getting enough quality sleep is absolutely crucial. That's when your body does a lot of its repair and regeneration work on a cellular level. Supporting your organs, including the liver and kidneys, requires adequate rest.
It really does all tie together, doesn't it? Diet, water, movement, rest.
It does. And there are also things to limit or avoid.
Like what?
Well, limiting alcohol intake is a big one. Processing alcohol puts a significant workload on the liver. Excessive amounts can damage it over time.
Okay, moderation is key.
And definitely avoiding smoking. Tobacco smoke introduces a massive cocktail of harmful chemicals directly into your body, putting a huge strain on your detoxification systems. Just don't smoke.
Seems like very clear, practical advice. So let's try and pull this all together. Thinking about overall health, weight management. How does a supporting natural detox fit in?
Well, think about the kidneys again. As one source mentioned, they don't just filter waste. They keep your blood's balance of water, salts, minerals just right, essential for nerves, muscles.
Hmm.
They also make hormones that control blood pressure, signal red blood cell production, help keep bones strong. So well-functioning kidneys, supported by good hydration and diet, are vital for overall systemic health, not just detox.
And that healthy diet, hydration, exercise, the things that help manage weight and build that fat-free mass we talked about are the same things that support the liver and kidneys.
Exactly. It's not about doing a special detox protocol. It's about adopting a sustainable, healthy lifestyle. True detoxification support is that lifestyle.
So nourish your body with real food. Drink enough water, move regularly, get enough sleep. That's how you help your liver and kidneys do their amazing job.
That's the core message. Forget the quick fix promises.
Mm.
Focus on consistently giving your body what it needs to function optimally.
It really makes you rethink the whole detox industry, doesn't it? The takeaway seems clear. Your body has these incredible systems already in place.
It really does. Our bodies are remarkable.
You should probably focus on supporting those systems with healthy habits rather than relying on, unproven diets or products.
Precisely. Be critical of the hype, ask questions, look for evidence.
Yeah. So for everyone listening, maybe think about how this squares with what you've heard or maybe even tried before. Does it change your perspective on how your body works?
It's definitely food for thought.
And maybe a final thought to leave you with. Instead of searching for that magic bullet, that external quick fix, what's one small, sustainable change you could make, starting today, to better support your body's own natural ability to cleanse, balance, and just be healthy?
It's those consistent small steps that really add up.
Absolutely. Thanks for diving deep with us today.